Yes, miss.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
I
Yes,
have.
miss.
Okay. Okay. So today, students, we will be studying about Wucheria bancrofti. Now, what is Wucheria bancrofti? It is also known as a filarial worm. It is microscopic and digenetic in nature. I hope by now you know what is microscopic as well as what is digenetic. Can anybody tell me what is digenetic?
The back means it requires two hosts
Yeah, the one
to complete
organism
its
requires
parasitic
two
life.
hosts. Yes, for completing its life cycle, it will definitely require two hosts at the minimum case stage. It belongs to the phylum Aschelminthus and class Nematoda. It is a lymph parasite. Okay, it will reside in the lymph node of human beings. Okay, in the lymph nodes in the lymph vessels. So here in this picture, you can see the different lymph nodes and lymph vessels are present. Here, these are the lymph nodes here present, and the connecting ones are the lymphatic vessels. It is indigenous in warm regions of the world and found throughout Africa, southern and southeastern Asia, the Pacific Island, and the tropical and the subtropical regions of South America and Caribbean. Talking about the characteristics of Wucheria bancrofti, the adult worms are long, cylindrical, slender, thread-like. अगर आप thread देखते हो थोड़ा सा जो thick thread रहा तो उसका appearance कैसा होता है? You can see in this image. It is cylindrical, very small, fragile-like and long in structure, with smooth cuticles and blunt-ended head. If you see this part, this is blunt ended. This is the head portion of the Bancrofti. It is white in color, but when you see this image, you will say, "Madam, it is not white. It is neither. It is transparent." Now, when you have to identify the slides, हम जब slides बनाते हैं, हम क्या करते हैं? To identify the organism, we use various stains. Okay, जैसे nucleic stains होते हैं या cell stains होते हैं. So similarly, we have used a different stain so that we can stain the nucleus and the outer membranes of this particular parasite. So that is why it is giving an appearance of blue color, or else this animal is transparent in color, or you can say white or transparent in nature. The body is quite delicate. It has short cephalic or head region connected to the main body. So here you can see a small head region which is connected by a short neck to the main body, and that small neck portion is like a constriction. एक गांठ जैसा रहता है वहां पे. It is a constriction. The dark spots are dispersed nuclei. If you see over here in this picture, you will see small spotted objects. Okay, darkly stained objects. Hai. What are these? These are the dispersed nuclei without no nuclei at the tip. This is the tail portion. If you see here, this is the tail portion, and at the tail there is no nuclei present. Okay, this is how you can characteristically understand what are the characteristics of these animals and how can you identify on a slide whether it is a eukarya or not. Talking about these animals, it exhibit sexual dimorphism. That is, the male worm and the female worm can easily be identified on the morphological basis. The males and females can be differentiated by the means of their size and the structure at the tip of the, this portion. Just a minute. Okay, if you see here in the tip portion, in the tip portion, it is little different in case of male and in case of female animal. The male worm is smaller in size. If you see this one, this is the male worm. It is smaller in size with ventrally curved tail. Uska jo tail portion rahega, it will be curved. Okay, then compared to the female worm. Okay, the tips of the tail has 15 pairs of minute caudal papillae. The sensory organs are present here. The anal region, that is this region, is an elaborate structure consisting of 12 pairs of papillae. This is the papilla which you can see here, the pink colored one. Those are the papillas, of which 8 are in front and 4 are in back. ओके, तो 8 आगे रहेगा एंड 4 पीछे रहेगा बिहाइंड दी एनस. Talking about the female characters, they are long, nearly 3 times larger in diameter than the male worm. The tail is gradually taper then and rounded at the end. No additional sensory structures like the papillas are present in these females. The vulva lies towards the anterior region and is about 0.25 millimeter from the head. यानी उसका जो distance है, it is at around 0.25 millimeter. This vulva, it is a kind of an opening. Okay, opening for release of the young ones. Okay, so now next, after talking about the adult worm, let's talk about the young worms, the young larvae which are being produced by the adult female worm. Those larvae are called as microfilaria. Microfilaria is a miniature form of the adult worm. अगर आप इस पिक्चर को देखोगे, इट लुक्स लाइक अ एडल्ट. आप बोलोगे अरे मैम ये तो एडल्ट जैसे दिख रहा है, बट इट इज नॉट एन एडल्ट वर्म. इट विल बी स्मॉलर इन साइज बट अ मिनिएचर. हम बोलते हैं मिनिएचर्स होते हैं किसी भी चीज की, किसी भी जगह का, या फिर ह्यूमन बॉडी का छोटा मिनिएचर. सिमिलरली दिस वर्म इज मिनिएचर फॉर्म ऑफ द एडल्ट वन. इट रिमेन्स इन एन एग मेम्ब्रेन एज अ शीथ and is often considered as an advanced embryo. ये जब बर्थ लेता है, it is enclosed in a small sheath. Okay, एक छोटा सा कवरिंग अवेलेबल होता है. The size of these worm is around 280 millimeter long and 25 millimeter wide in size. So 280 millimeter इसका लेंथ है और इसका विड्थ कितना है, 25 millimeters. It appears quite structureless in vivo condition, but histologically staining makes its primitive gut, nerve ring, and muscle apertures very specifically seen. The microfilaria are present in the blood. Okay, they are unsheeted. If you see the sheet, आपको ये जो दिख रहा है यहाँ पे खाली खाली सा, and ये जो transparent sheet यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, those are the sheets which is present for, as a protection for these microfilarias. Now talking about the life cycle for these Bancrofti, Buccaria bancrofti, it completes its life cycle in 2 hosts, namely human and mosquitoes. Now talking about ह्यूमन लाइफ साइकिल, यानी ह्यूमन के अंदर कौन सा स्टेज है उसके लाइफ साइकिल का जो वो सपोर्ट करता है अंडर द नरिशमेंट ऑफ अ ह्यूमन टेकिंग हार्बरिंग इनसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ अ ह्यूमन. द इन्फेक्टिव स्टेज ऑफ पैरासाइट इज कॉल्ड एज माइक्रोफिलारिया. यानी जो पर्टिकुलर पैरासाइट ह्यूमन के बॉडी में एंटर करता है, द वेरी फर्स्ट स्टेज इज कॉल्ड एज माइक्रोफिलारिया. यानी कि जो लार्वा हमने देखा अभी, those larva, miniature form of adults, those microfilaria larvae are the one which are going to first enter into the body of a human being. So this is the larva which you can see here. It is inoculated into man through the bites of an infected mosquitoes. Okay, अगर वो mosquito infected है, उस mosquito के अंदर already microfilaria present है, it is then passed into the human body by means of the mosquito bite. The first stage larva is known as microfilaria. It circulates into the bloodstream. यानी कि जब mosquito bite करता है, it will enter into the bloodstream of that particular human being. The microfilaria have a membrane called as sheath. These sheath, along with the area in which the worm resides, make the identification of the species of microfilaria in human beings easier to determine. यानी कि जब जो person infected है, अगर उसके हम blood लेते हैं and उसका smear बनाते हैं, and then we observe this smear in observe it under microscope, you can see this kind of a structure where you can see the sheath is present. Now these sheaths are absent in adult worms, so from that you can know this is a microfilaria. Further continuing, the microfilaria are found mainly in the peripheral blood. Okay, so when a mosquito bites a human being, it will penetrate into the blood vessel, okay, the peripheral blood vessel, and insert those microfilaria into the human. Okay, and now it is going to move into all the other parts of the body by the help of blood. The peak time when you can see microfilaria present in a person who is suffering from this disease is basically 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. यानी जो रात का period होता है when the human beings sleep, fall asleep and it is down outside, there are mosquitoes outside, so it is actually that is the time period, peak time period when you can see when the test for this individual is done to see whether microfilaria is present in the blood or not. Now, they migrate between the deep and the peripheral circulation, exhibiting unique diurnal periodicity. Now, कई एनिमल्स होते हैं जो डायूरिनल मूवमेंट दिखाते हैं, जैसे कि फिशेस होते हैं, छोटे छोटे वाटर एनिमल्स होते हैं. व्हाट इज डायूरिनल? मॉर्निंग के टाइम पे उनका रूटीन अलग रहता है, आफ्टरनून नाइट टाइम इन डाउन देयर मूवमेंट इज डिफरेंट. So in case of morning time, okay, it will go into the inner vessels, blood vessels, okay, the main blood vessels which are hidden inside the body, okay, they won't come to the peripheral blood system or the arteries or veins. But as it becomes it approaches to 10 p.m, okay, जैसे जैसे dawn आने लगता है, शाम होने लगती है, it will start invading the peripheral system. Why is this this phenomena? It can be explained that because उसका जो दूसरा host है वो mosquito, it is mainly found or it can mainly interact with the human body is during the night period, and that is why it can be thought that this is the peak period when they enter from the deep system into the peripheral circulatory system. During the day, they are present in the deeper veins and during night in the peripheral circulation. फिजियोलॉजिकल चेंजेस, जैसे कि मैंने कहा, एक क्योंकि उसे दूसरा वेक्टर मिलता है उस टाइम पे, एंड सेकेंड रीजन व्हाई दिस डायूरिनल phase is been followed by this worm is because of the physiological changes associated with sleeping, such as lowered body temperature, oxygen tension is reduced, adrenal activity is reduced, and an increased carbon dioxide tension is created, among other physical alterations, many of which could be signals for the rhythmic behavior of these microfilarial parasites. जो इनका रिदम है डायूरिनल, अंदर जाना फिर बाहर आना, दोनों पेरिफेरल सिस्टम एंड हमारे ऑटोमेटिक सर्कुलेशन सिस्टम में वो जो पेनिट्रेट करते हैं अंदर बाहर, दैट पर्टिकुलर फिनोमेना is based on this physiological conditions of the body as well. If the host sleeps, अभी ये क्वेश्चन आना चाहिए कि मैम कुछ लोग तो नाइट ड्यूटी करते हैं तो वो जाग रहे हैं, तो उनके केस में क्या होगा? क्या उनके केस में भी 10 p.m. से 4 p.m. ही रहेगा? No. If the host sleeps by day and are awake at night, the periodicity is reversed by the animal. Life cycle in human, when we move further, when we are talking कि जब वो penetrate करते हैं, penetrate करने के बाद वो जाते कहाँ हैं? After entering the peripheral system, after entering to all the blood circulatory system, वो कहाँ जाके बैठेंगे? To gain the nourishment, they will go to the lymph nodes and the lymphatic organs. So what are the different lymphatic organs which are present in our body? Those are cervical lymph nodes, axillary lymph nodes, and the inguinal lymph nodes. So these are the main lymph nodes which are present in a body, and there are other vessels which are also present in a body. So basically ये कौन से है जो हमारे genital area के part में है, legs में है, arms में है, and cervix के पास present है, cervical bone के पास present है. The larvae develops into adult worm over the period of say 5 months to 18 months or a year, and reach sexual maturity in the afferent lymphatic vessels. The adult parasite are found mostly in the afferent canals or of the lymph glands. जो lymph glands present है हमारे armpit में, हमारे pectoral girdle के पास, तो वहाँ पे सब जो present है lymph glands, वो उसमें जाके अंदर अपना settle होते हैं. They will grow into adult worm. They will take nourishment from the body of the host animal. Talking about adult worms, the adult male and female are mostly coiled with each other and they are very difficult to be separated. In this picture you can see they are all coiled up together, so you cannot actually separate them out very easily. You have to take various instruments so that you can segregate them and see it under slide. Female worms in case of Wucheria bancrofti are oviviviparous. हमने viviparous सुना है, oviparous सुना है. Now what is ovoviviparous? Ovoviviparous का मतलब होता है the animal which will produce egg but will not lay the egg. Okay, so fertilization जो इसके इस particular worm में है वो उनके body के अंदर होता है. Here it is a internal fertilization. बट ओविपैरस एनिमल्स क्या करते हैं, वो एग ले करते हैं. विविपैरस एनिमल्स क्या करते हैं, वो यंग वंस को बर्थ देते हैं. बट व्हाट अबाउट ओवोविविपैरस? They will not lay eggs after fertilization. Rather, the fertilized eggs are developed inside the body of the female animal, and then she will give birth to the young ones. Okay, she produces around thousands of juvenile larvae, which are called as microfilariae. These microfilariae are now discharged from the gravid female, okay, the one who has just given birth to the young ones, and appear in the peripheral blood for next 8 to 12 months. Okay, so this is how the microfilariae larvae will be looking like. They would be encysted in a sheath form. Okay, this is how a blood smear looks like, how the microfilariae when the young ones are laid. Now this is a very magnified image, so that is why you can see it so bigger in size, but actually they are very minute in size. They undergo further development till it has been sucked by the mosquito. Okay, there is no जब तक अभी मॉस्किटो नहीं आता है वो उस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन से ब्लड सक नहीं करता है, माइक्रोफिलारियास कैनॉट गो एनी फर्दर body development. They cannot develop any further if they are inside the body of the host organism. If it happens कि कोई mosquito नहीं आता है and in microfilarias को pick up नहीं करता है, these microfilarias will eventually die after 70 days in the body of the human host. The microfilarias are transferred into the vector, which are commonly mosquito species such as Culex, Anopheles, Mansonia, and Aedes. So these are the 4 species of mosquitoes which are mainly known to be a vector. ये किस टाइप के vector है? Can anybody tell me? Is it a biological vector or it is a mechanical vector? You can unmute yourself and answer. Is it a biological vector or a mechanical vector? Yes? I can't hear you. Anyone?
Biological.
Yes, it is a biological vector. Because now this animal, this parasite, when it enters into the vector, it will undergo development. There will be larval stages that is going to take place in the body of that animal. That is why they are biological vectors and not mechanical vectors. Mechanical vectors just carry the parasite from one host to another without without any development taking place in that particular parasite during that transportation. Okay, now you can see here the diagram for the life cycle. When the mature infective larva is entered through mosquito bite, it enters through subcutaneous tissue. From subcutaneous tissue, it will enter into the blood vessels and then into the lymph vessels and lymph glands, where these mature larvae will sexually mature and become adult male and female Wucheria bancrofti worms. These worms will copulate, the eggs will be fertilized, and the young ones, known as microfilarial worms, will be laid down by the female in the lymphatic system. From the lymphatic system, these microfilarial worms will travel to the peripheral blood circulation, and from there it has been sucked by the female mosquitoes. So far everyone is clear with the life cycle? अब तक सब कुछ समझा है आप सबको?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So in this diagram you can see how when the mosquito, in this picture you can see the Aedes mosquito, it is trying to insert the mouth part. जो mosquito का mouth part होता है उसे हम proboscis बोलते हैं. Okay, and this particular part which goes in and out is called as labrum. It behaves like a tongue in case of mosquitoes. So कैसा होता है? The blood is, यहाँ पे जो red line आपको दिख रहा है, that is the blood which is been sucked by the mosquito. And yellow जो दिख रहा है आपको, yellow color का line यहाँ पे, ये saliva है. ये saliva क्यों release करता है होस्ट ऑर्गेनिज्म में? बिकॉज व्हेन इट इज गोइंग टू सक द ब्लड, हमारे ब्लड का प्रॉपर्टी क्या है? इट विल स्टार्ट कोएगुलेटिंग. अगर वो कोएगुलेट हो गया तो मस्किटो को अपना फूड नहीं मिलेगा, इट वुडंट गेट एनी न्यूट्रिएंट्स. सो टू गेट द न्यूट्रिएंट, इसका क्या अडेप्टेशन है? इट हैज दीज नॉन कोएगुलेटिंग proteins or enzymes which are present in the saliva and are released into the host animal so that the blood which is entering the proboscis do not coagulate. Okay, so here in this picture you can see this functioning properly. Moving ahead, now when these mosquitoes drink the blood of an infected person, okay, the microfilariae, the small microfilariae will enter from the proboscis into the gut of the mosquito. Gut यानी कि जो stomach होता है, उसके stomach में वो enter करेगा. From the stomach, now what will happen? What are the development that is going to take place is, from the stomach it will enter into this cavity called as hemolymph or hemocoil. Okay, this cavity is called as hemocoil. It will enter into the hemocoil, and from the hemocoil it will enter the thoracic muscles area. Okay, so यहाँ से बाहर, बाहर से फिर thoracic muscle में वो enter करेगा. thoracic muscle में जब वो enter करता है, they no, before going there, now when it is in the gut and from gut to hemocoil, जब वो travel कर रहा है, उस दौरान क्या होता है? These microfilarias they start losing their sheath. हमने लास्ट पिक्चर में देखा था, यहाँ पे भी देखो आपको शीट दिख रहा है, राइट? पर जैसे ही वो मॉस्किटो में एंटर करेगा, इट विल स्टार्ट एक्सशीटमेंट. द प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सशीटमेंट विल टेक प्लेस. सारा शीट वो जो है वो निकलना शुरू हो जाएगा एंड द animal is released out from the sheath. This is metamorphosis that is taking place, and now the animal will look like a sausage shaped organism. I hope आपने sausages देखे होंगे. So ये organism अभी एक sausage की तरह दिखेगा. Okay, and it will penetrate the intestinal wall and will migrate into the coil, hemocoil, and from hemocoil to the thoracic muscles. And this all process from gut to thoracic muscles takes place within 1 to 2 hours of sucking blood from an infected host animal. In the next 2 days of rest, it shortens in the length by half. यानी उसका जो लेंथ था, अब वो अपनी लेंथ को रिड्यूस कर रहा है एंड उसका थिकनेस इंक्रीज हो रहा है. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द फर्स्ट स्टेज लार्वा. Okay, these larvae now undergo 1 or 2 moltings, and in next 3 or 7 days will give rise to a second stage of larvae. And then the third stage of larva is developed by 10 to 11 days. In coming next 20 days, yani all the way from the day 1 to by day 20, okay, from 1 to 20, it will complete the growth form of the next stage. Now the next stage is called as a mature infective larvae. These larvae are motile larvae. They can easily move on their own. They then migrate to the proboscis. मैंने बताया था मस्किटो के माउथ को क्या बोलते हैं? Proboscis बोलते हैं. Sorry. And that the tongue-like structure is called as labium. So they will migrate to the proboscis of the mosquito. So here in this picture, you can very easily, clearly आपको idea आएगा कि क्या होता है. When it is going to suck the blood, it will enter the foregut. From foregut to the midgut, and midgut from to the main area of the gut. अब वो गट से कहाँ एंटर करेगा? हेमोकॉइल में एंटर करेगा. ये जो ब्लू कलर का आपको स्ट्रक्चर दिख रहा है यहाँ पे स्ट्रक्चर, दैट इज हेमोकॉइल और कैविटी प्रेजेंट इन दीज एनिमल्स. Okay, this hemocoil, there is a blood present. These bloods are called as hemolymph. The blood is called as. So, in passing through the blood, it will enter various organs. It can enter into the ovaries. It can enter into the thoracic appendages. Okay, thoracic muscles. In thoracic muscles, the molting will take place from first stage to second stage to third stage. एंड थर्ड स्टेज के बाद क्या होता है, इट विल नाउ, ओके, सो फर्स्ट foregut to this gut and then to hemocoil, from hemocoil to thoracic, and thoracic में जब वो थर्ड स्टेज में आएगा वो salivary gland में एंटर करेगा. You all can see this is the salivary gland over here. These salivary glands, after entering into the salivary gland, you can see a lumen यानी कि एक स्पेस रहता है जो कैविटी है salivary gland के कैविटी, जहाँ पे वो secretion स्टोर रहता है, उसका saliva स्टोर रहता है. It will enter into that saliva. In this picture you can see very easily from hemocoil, okay, it is again going into the lumen, यानी कि thoracic से coil में, hemocoil से salivary gland के lumen में वो enter करेगा. From that lumen, now it will go back into another host organism, a new host organism, when this mosquito is going to go and suck the blood. Now when these all things we are saying, we can say that this mosquito is infected, but it is not going to have any disease. It is going to have a very normal life, where it will keep sucking blood from one host animal to another human host animal or any other animal whom it can feed to suck the blood. And when this infected animal is going to suck the blood, it is going to transfer those microfilaria, mature infective staged microfilarial worms, into the host animal. Talking about further in life cycle, the infective larva is liberated from the mosquito and deposited by the flexure of the proboscis during blood feeding, and then actively migrate through the puncture wound into the skin of the host. यानी कि उसके proboscis से जहां वो penetrate करता है, अभी जो mosquito है वो जब penetrate करता है किसी भी host animal में, वो उसके जो blood vessels है, capillaries है, तो वहां तक इंसर्ट करते हैं अपने प्रोबॉसिस को, एंड देन दे विल रिलीज देयर सलाइवा, एंड जैसा ही सलाइवा रिलीज करेंगे, सलाइवा के साथ सारे माइक्रोफिलारियाज विल एंटर इनटू द ब्लड सिस्टम ऑफ द होस्ट एनिमल. Wucheria bancrofti, they migrate through microcuts in the dermis or the tract created by these proboscis. The organisms notably does not multiply within this intermediate host, यानी कि जब वो intermediate host के अंदर है, जब उसने एक इन्फेक्टेड पर्सन से ब्लड उठाया था, उस दौरान उसके बॉडी में जितने माइक्रोफिलारियाज आए थे, ओके, फिलारियल वर्म्स आए थे, वो जितने आए थे उतने ही रहेंगे, वो कभी मल्टीप्लाई नहीं होंगे मॉस्किटो के अंदर. मॉस्किटो के अंदर क्या होगा, दे विल अंडरगो डेवलपमेंट, उनका मोल्टिंग होता है फ्रॉम फर्स्ट स्टेज टू सेकेंड टू थर्ड, बट दे विल नॉट मल्टीप्लाई अंडर इनसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ द बायोलॉजिकल वेक्टर और आवर अदर होस्ट, इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट हु इज अ मॉस्किटो. The warm and humid conditions, they wait for the change of the host, and repeat of the life cycle will take place. It is said that the lifespan of Wucheria bancrofti is as long as 5 to 10 years. So it can reside in the body of the host animal, that is the human beings, for say 5 to 10 years. So now this is the cycle which is going to take place inside the mosquito. So the microfilarial worms will enter into the female mosquito who has just sucked the blood from an infected person. It will penetrate through the gut into the hemolymph, and from there it will enter the thoracic muscles. In thoracic muscle, it will undergo molting from first stage to the third stage. The third stage larvae are called as mature infective larvae. These larvae will now invade the salivary gland and will enter from proboscis, and when it is going to suck blood from a new host, these infective larvae will be entering into the new host by means of the subcutaneous tissue. Now when we have already talked about ये एनिमल के बारे में हमने बात किया है, ये पैरासाइट कैसा दिखता है, उसका लाइफ साइकिल कैसा है, हाउ ह्यूमन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट और यू कैन से अ प्रिंसिपल होस्ट फॉर दिस एनिमल, बिकॉज वहाँ पे it will go undergo various development stages. It will become an adult, and most importantly it can multiply inside the body of a human being. Okay, so that is why it is one of the very important host for this animal. But when it is inside the body of a human being, there are some diseases which is being caused to that human being. So studying about pathogenicity caused by these Wucheria bancrofti are, as these disease is termed as, यानी जब भी कोई इंसान को इन्फेक्ट होता है बुकेरिया, is the person is infected from these Bancrofti worms, the disease is called as filariasis, elephantiasis, or Wucheriasis. Okay, so we can name this disease as filariasis, elephantiasis, and Wucheriasis. Following are the three main pathogenic conditions. The first one is called as lymphangitis, filarial worm, and elephantiasis. यानी कि ये जो disease है, okay, that is filariasis, ये तीन type का होता है. The first one is called as lymphangitis. Okay, so let's see what is lymphangitis. It is an inflammation of lymph vessel and lymph node due to mechanical blockage or irritation or toxic secretion secreted by these filarial worms. Okay, it is also due to dilation of thickening of the wall of the efferent blood vessels and spaces in the lymph node. अब ये जो एडल्ट वर्म होते हैं ये कहाँ जाके रहते हैं, मैंने कहा था लिम्फ नोड में जाके रहते हैं, लिम्फ वेसल्स में ट्रैवल करते हैं. बट अभी जब इनका ये रिप्रोड्यूस करते हैं तो रिप्रोड्यूस करेंगे तो क्या होगा, इनका नंबर मल्टीप्लाई होता है. एंड व्हेन दे मल्टीप्लाई, जो लिम्फ नोड का जो ओपनिंग होता है, दे विल जस्ट सिट ओवर देयर एंड दे विल ब्लॉक द वेसल, due to which what will happen, due to this blockage there will be inflammation. You can see these red marks on the body of the human. These marks are indication of blockage in the hemolymph, in the lymph vessels and the lymph nodes of the human being. So this is one of the type of pathogenicity caused by the animal and it is called as lymphangitis because ये lymph पे main असर दिखा रहा है, अपना lymph node को block कर रहा है, we call it as lymphangitis. The second such condition is called as filarial fever. अब ये फीवर कितना रहता है, the temperature is around between 103 degrees Celsius to 140 degrees Celsius, followed by profuse sweating by the individual who is infected by this particular disease. Talking about the third type of pathogenicity, that is called as elephantiasis. अभी तुम लोग अगर ये पिक्चर देख रहे हो, you can immediately understand why it is called as elephantiasis. The blockage and inflammation damage to the lymphatic vessels by dead and living worm causes the affected areas such as limb, scrotum, clitoris, mammary gland, etc. to become grossly enlarged, leading to the condition called as filarial elephantiasis. Okay, due to blockage in those areas जहाँ ये lymph node present है, it can happen the organ which is very near to the lymph node, it will lead to inflammation, सूजन का start हो जाता है उस area में, and वो इतना ज़्यादा सूज जाता है, it looks like an elephant leg, and that is why this disease or this particular symptom is described as elephantiasis. Coming to the next part, that is control measures. Mosquito population can be very well controlled by an effective insecticide like organophosphate or organochlorides. क्योंकि अभी मेन क्या है, इस डिजीज को हम कैसे रोक सकते हैं, मॉस्किटो जो हमारा इंटरमीडिएट होस्ट है अगर हम उसे निकाल देते हैं सिस्टम से तो क्या होगा, if mosquito is missing then there will be no different stages taking place in case of these microfilaria. It won't mold, it won't undergo any change. एंड अगर वो ह्यूमन बीइंग के अंदर ही है तो क्या होगा, 70 डेज बाद वो सारे मर जाएंगे. ओके, एंड द पर्टिकुलर पर्सन कैन बी ट्रीटेड. सो उसका जो साइकिल है वो साइकिल ब्रेक हो जाएगा इफ यू किल द मॉस्किटोज. सो द कंट्रोल मेजर हियर इज वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन द reducing the population and completely destroying the population of mosquitoes from our living residential areas. Second such measure which we can take place is we can use bed nets as well as we can fix nets on the window pan so that the mosquito do not enter into the house. अगर हम ऐसे net pans लगाते हैं in the windows, it would come inside the house. As well as अगर आपको वैसा नहीं करना है, what you can do is wherever your bed is, you can just put the mosquito net and go to sleep. अदर सर्च मेजर्स आर यूजिंग रिपेलेंट. अभी घर के अंदर है तो आपने नेट डाल दिया, पर घर के बाहर क्या करोगे? यू कैन यूज नेचुरल रिपेलेंट सच एज नीम सीड ऑयल, सिंट्रोनल सीड ऑयल्स. ओके, यू कैन यूज वेरियस मॉस्किटो रिपेलेंट क्रीम्स अवेलेबल है आज के डेट में. I think you would have heard about those good night liquids which you have to roll over your clothes. Okay, so all these things will help you to stay protected from the mosquito bites, and they won't allow the mosquito to come near you, because mosquito को उसका smell पसंद नहीं आता है. If you're putting the cream will cause irritation to the mosquito and वो bite नहीं करेगा तुम्हें. एज वेल एज अभी मस्कीटोज तुम्हारे पास नहीं आ रहे, पर अगर तुम्हारे आसपास के एरिया में एक्वेरियम है, पॉन्ड है, रिवर बॉडीज है, वाटर बॉडीज है, सो क्या होता है, मस्कीटो का स्टेज क्या है? मस्कीटो जब एग ले करता है, वो एग ले क्या करता है? वाटर बॉडी पे ले करता है. ओके, तो वाटर का जो सरफेस है, इट लेज द एग. The egg will turn into a larva. It will stay in water body for a few while, and once it turns into an adult, it will fly off the water body. तो अभी मस्कीटो कैसे का और कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं हम? उसकी लार्वा को किल करके कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. सो इन दिस वाटर बॉडी यू कैन सी हियर, these are all mosquito larvae, okay, which has been laid inside the water body, and these larvae are eaten by these guppy fishes. Okay, these are levivorous fishes. They eat such larvas. Okay, so what we can do is to control the mosquito population. जहां पे भी आसपास वाटर बॉडी है जिसे आप ड्राई नहीं कर सकते हो, जैसे कि अगर घर पे पॉट है, पॉट के नीचे पानी जमा हो रहा है तो आप उसे क्लीन कर सकते हो. घर के किसी कोने में पानी जमा हो रहा है, आप उसे क्लीन कर सकते हो. बट एक्वेरियम हो, पॉन्ड हो, फाउंटेन हो, वहां पे आप पानी क्लीन नहीं कर सकते. तो वाटर तो वहां पे रहेगा ही, एंड ज्यादातर जहाँ पे स्टैग्नेंट वाटर होता है, यानी कि जो वाटर फ्लो नहीं कर सकता, सो उस वाटर सरफेस के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? वी कैन इंट्रोड्यूस दीज फिशेस into those waters. Which fishes? Gambasia or Lebitus, that is these guppy fishes, can be introduced into the water body so that they eat those mosquito larvae, and the population of mosquitoes can be very well controlled. टॉकिंग अबाउट ट्रीटमेंट, हमने प्रिकॉशंस तो ले लिए, बट अगर बाई चांस ये डिजीज होता है, सो व्हाट इज द ट्रीटमेंट रिक्वायर्ड? DEC, दैट इज डाई इथाइल कार्बामाजाइन citrate is very effective drug against microfilaria. It helps to check the spread of this particular disease, whether it can control the disease very easily. Adult population is very well checked by the drug of the choice, Hetrazane. I hope this was clear to everyone today.
Yes, miss.